Sarah had always been a planner. She had a list for everything: her daily schedule, her long-term goals, even her grocery shopping. She was always thinking about what needed to be done next, and rarely took the time to appreciate the moment she was in. One day, Sarah was walking to work when she noticed a beautiful flower growing in a crack in the sidewalk. It was a small, delicate thing, and she would have walked right past it without a second thought, but for some reason, it caught her eye. She stopped and looked at it for a moment, noticing the vibrant colors and the intricate details of the petals. She felt a sense of peace wash over her as she stood there, simply taking in the beauty of the flower. As she continued on her walk, Sarah realized that she had been so focused on her plans for the future that she had forgotten to appreciate the present. She was always waiting for something, for the weekend, for her next vacation, for her next big achievement, but in doing so, she was missing out on the small moments of joy that were all around her. Sarah began to make a conscious effort to live in the moment. She stopped rushing through her days and started taking time to notice the little things. She would take a few minutes each day to sit outside and watch the birds, or to savor a cup of coffee without any distractions. She would take walks in nature and really take in the sights and sounds around her. At first, it was difficult for Sarah to break out of her old habits. She found herself getting anxious when she wasn't constantly planning and thinking about the future. But as she practiced living in the moment, she began to feel more present and connected to her surroundings. One day, Sarah was sitting on a park bench, watching the world go by. She noticed a little girl playing with a toy boat in a nearby pond. The girl was completely absorbed in her play, laughing and splashing as she guided the boat through the water. Sarah felt a pang of envy as she watched the girl's carefree joy. She realized that as adults, we often lose that sense of wonder and playfulness. But then, Sarah had an idea. She went to a nearby store and bought a simple toy boat. She took it to the pond and sat down next to the little girl. "Do you want to play together?" she asked, holding out the boat. The girl's face lit up, and they spent the next hour laughing and playing together. As Sarah walked home that day, she felt a sense of happiness and contentment that she hadn't felt in a long time. She realized that living in the moment wasn't just about appreciating the present, it was also about finding joy in simple, playful experiences. From that day on, Sarah made a point to seek out more moments of playfulness and connection in her life. She started going to improv classes, where she could let go of her inhibitions and be silly and spontaneous. She joined a book club and relished in the lively discussions and debates. And most importantly, she made a point to spend time with the people she loved, engaging in activities that brought them joy and laughter. As Sarah reflected on her journey, she realized that happiness wasn't something she could achieve by constantly striving for more. It was something she could cultivate in the present moment, by letting go of her fears and inhibitions and embracing the joy and wonder of life. The lesson learned from this story is that it's important to live in the moment and appreciate the small things in life. Sarah, the protagonist, was always focused on planning and achieving her goals but realized that she was missing out on the joy of the present moment. She learned to be more mindful and present in her everyday life, seeking out moments of playfulness and connection. By doing so, she found a sense of happiness and contentment that she had been missing before. The story reminds us that happiness is not just about achieving our goals but also about finding joy in simple experiences and connections with others. Thank you for watching. May you have peace and prosperity, and may all your wishes come true.